Just so you know, I am a gameplay producer. I can answer any type of gameplay questions that you have.
What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike, and today we're talking about FIFA 17 gameplay.
Good looking, so refined. I don't pop my cork for every guy I see.
Woo! Team of the season, make sure to use Dirty at checkout. 15% off. FIFACoinZone.com. The links are in the description. And wait, if you want them codes, G2A's got the hookup. They got the games as well. Dirty is always gonna hook it up. Let's roll. Slid in Chew Boy's DMs because I knew that he had a long, and I would say it's a pretty exclusive interview with EA. If you're unfamiliar with Chew Boy, I'm gonna link his Twitch stream as well as his YouTube channel down below in the comments and the description. He gave me the A-OK to make a video and talk about their interview, where I've cut up a bunch of clips that I think are definitely relevant. Chew Boy is a little bit different than other YouTubers and Twitch channels. He used to work for EA, so I think that gives him a little more access. EA's willing to work with them. Let me know what you guys think down below, and this is gonna get a bit detailed. We're gonna go in depth. I've even got the controls for some of these adjustments, and it's EA confirmed. And if you'd like some more FIFA 17 content, drop a thumbs up. I think we could do some work on this video. I think we got everything and then some. Outside of Chew's interview, I really haven't seen anything that touches this much depth in terms of FIFA 17 content and getting legitimate answers. EA's known to sort of rinse, wash, repeat. When they answer questions, they don't go and give too much away. If you were there, you were there. You might have got some early scoop. You might have been able to get some off-the-record comments, but to have this on video, it's gonna be a goodie. First thing that I noticed, we should have the elimination of 180 and 360 degree passing, because just based on their interview, the accuracy of your passing depends if you're facing that way. It depends if your body is positioned correctly. This wouldn't be the first time that EA made an announcement that passing is going to be better, or that AI is going to be smarter. We're going to be a little more clever on the pitch. So take it with a grain of salt, but I like the idea. I like it.
Is he ready to pass the ball to me? Can he generate enough power to pass the ball to me? If that's the case, then I should probably go in attacking run now. If he's not ready, if he can, if he needs to turn and then pass the ball, then I should probably slow down. So the timing of the runs is much better.
Clap it up. This is new. We've always been able to trigger runs, correct? In FIFA 17, we are going to be able to call for runs, to call for a player to show short, to check into space. This could change the game, because if you're bringing a player to check towards you, you're going to open up space behind. It'll allow the player to make on-the-fly changes that are much more specific to what's going on in the match at that moment, not necessarily a quick tactic. So for example, I'm stuck down the sideline, I need support. I can call for someone with support. I believe they were saying you could tap the RB trigger. They're all about modifiers this year, which is cool. More depth, more customization typically means larger skill gap, and that's what I'm praying to the FIFA gods about. Work with me. And if you don't know what support is, we call EA on customer support every time we get hacked. That's just an example, maybe not a good example, but that's what support means. Yeah.
In the past, we always had the functionality of triggering a run with the left bumper. Now we also have the functionality to call for support. If you tap the right bumper, they will come. The player that you're pointing to is gonna come close to help you, so you can create new options.
Another point with dribbling, and I discussed this in a previous video, that I was excited about the 360 dribble. They briefly talk about it in the interview, where you can actually back into a player like this, such as if you were playing basketball, or if you've watched basketball, big men in the post. They're able to utilize their size. They're big. Could be the next no touch.
For example, we have the brand new 360 shield dribble system in FIFA, which is really cool. You can go anywhere you want. If you hold LT, that player is going to understand where is the closest opponent and is going to shield him, and you can go anywhere. You can even go into him, try to back up into him, and depends again in strength if I can do it, or you will be able to push me off the ball.
Corner kicks and set pieces in general, they're a little bit different, and I need to talk about them because we have some confirmation in this video. No longer is it I heard. No, we got EA saying this is what it's gonna be. Now with corner kicks, you've got new options, and they're bringing back off the ball. If you played FIFA 2005, was the only other FIFA installment that had off the ball, and it was actually a big problem. Oh, and they hoed it out. If you played 2005, it was banned from all competitive tournaments. It was that bad. But I recall off the ball, but now they have applied that to corner kicks, where you can take the corner and then switch to be the receiver, and then try to go in there and make the run and finish off your dinner. You're gonna get dinner and dessert. You're double trouble. And they also mentioned in the video that you could also use the old corner kick technique. So if you're not ready to make the adjustment, I'm concerned that it's gonna be too accurate. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about.
A rewrite on the set pieces. All of our set pieces are new mechanics, new everything. First thing, for corner kicks, you can now aim exactly when you want, where you want your corner kick delivered. There will be a reticle on the screen that tells you, shows you where you're aiming, and also you can control the trajectory of the cross by, if you tap the button, it will be a very loopy trajectory. If you hold it for longer, it will be a very driven trajectory. You can switch to the guy in the box and time your run, so you can control everything. The kick deliver and also the run and get a header. It's just more rewarding because you have more control over things.
If somebody doesn't like that new system, can they switch back to the old system, like the old camera angle? They can. So you can basically choose whichever kind of view you want.
For
if
sure.
you don't like the new one, you can go back to the old one.
We've talked about penalty kicks and free kicks in another video that I made, so I'll put that link in the comments. But for the most part, we've got that banana opportunity. You can use the outside of your boot. It's all about how you approach the penalty kick and how you approach the free kick, which I like. It's different. It's finally time for some innovation, especially with penalties, because we could have had so many more options for penalty kicks. They've gotten rid of the meter. You're going to have a little bit more of a feel, which means when you're nervous, it might get a little more difficult.
Free kicks, it's also new, where you can position yourself around the ball anywhere you want, and that affects the angle of approach to the ball, and that adds spin to your shot. So you can finally do that Roberto Carlos very famous free kick around the wall with the outside of the foot.
So to get the Roberto Carlos, do you have to, like, the ball is here, do you have to position yourself to this side to get that whip around?
Exactly, depends which left the player will be using. You pick your player, and yeah, it's really cool. For penalty kicks as well, new mechanics. They work. It's closely to how the regular shots are. You just power up. The more you power up, the higher the elevation, and you just aim exactly. It's not like the system before where you need to aim for a certain amount of time. No, it directly follows your path, the aiming in the goal, and then you decide if you want to sprint to the ball. If you sprint, you will have more power but more error. If you jog to the ball, you will have less power but more accuracy in your shot. So it's up to you to decide, and that gives you a lot of variety. You can also curve your run, like many players do, and try to fake the
fake.
You can do the little stutter before shooting the ball.
Boy, I love the low shot announcement, and now we've had the first confirmation that it's going to be a double tap type of feature. If you ever played FIFA 2006. FIFA 2007, 2008, used to double tap your finishes to try to keep them low. However, this is a little bit different because with FIFA 17, you should be able to dictate how much power you want when you're first filling up the meter. Then you let go and you hit B, or you hit the shoot command one more time. That's going to tell everybody we want to keep that low. We want to keep that on the ground. Same goes for headers. I think this is going to be something that shakes up the title a little bit, gives you a little more placement on what you want to do. I hope goalkeepers can keep up, because we got a lot of options, a lot of different ways to score heading into FIFA 17. I like it. I want high scoring matches. I want defending to be harder, to be more manual, because that's where the skill cap, oh my goodness, do you see it growing? No more contain. Stop the abuse of the high pressure and double team without having enough punishment. I felt like EA did a poor job with balance, especially after all these patches in FIFA 16. We've had so many better balanced titles. The EA producer did talk about the need for balance in FIFA, and I can't agree more. Any title, doesn't matter what genre, doesn't matter what type of video game, it's all about balance. If you've ever played Street Fighter, those characters, You don't want a bunch of guys that are overpowered and a bunch of guys that are just getting stomped on. That's no good. You need to have balance between the two.
Two main things in there. The first one is low shots and downward headers. That's really useful for scoring new types of goals in FIFA. If you power up your shot and you release and then you tap again before the player makes contact with the ball, then the trajectory will stay low regardless of the amount of power that you put. You power up max, but you tap again before he makes contact. It's going to be a very powerful shot, but on the ground. Same for headers, and it's obviously harder for the keeper to save a header that goes that bounces just before the goal. We also have the threaded through ball, yes, which if you press right bumper and the through ball, he's gonna have more leading, and it may go around the defenders. He may even use their outside of his foot to go around, and creates new type of situations. And again, it's up to you to decide: do I want a regular through ball or a through ball with more leading? So you can just press the modifier.
Chu also mentioned in the video how impressed he was with the graphics, the stadiums, the sweat on the players. I told you the cinematics is what I was expecting with Frostbite. I never heard them talk about the gameplay.
It looks like, I keep telling the stream that for me, the thing that stands out the most is the player faces in Frostbite, and especially when they sweat. Like I was seeing Martial sweat, and I was like, that's Martial. That literally looks like Martial on my screen. I mean, he's just sweating.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Can I get an advantage? And I was happy to hear that EA understands that playing advantage has been kind of dicey. They often call back an advantage when you've got an open opportunity on net. And something they didn't discuss in this video, but I find as an issue, I'm going to shoot, I get fouled, and because I shot, there is no advantage. But that foul, that slide tackle, screwed up my entire animation for where I was going to place the ball. I want that to be called back just like it should be in real life. Somebody wipes you out and you hit a dribbler to the goalkeeper, they pull it back. And that's not something that happens in FIFA. If you register a shot, it will never be pulled back.
Advantage being called with not necessary.
Yeah. Oh my! You have no, like a lot. Like a lot of times I'll score and then they'll bring it back. So I'm guessing that is something that hopefully has been taken care of. It sounds
for sure.
Skill moves, my friends. Let me know what needs to be added. In the trailer, there is one new skill where it's kind of a fake pass into a drag back. It looks good. The advanced spin might be the most valuable of the newer skill moves in any of the FIFA's titles, because we've always seen the ball roll, the fake shot, the drag back. It's been around for a little while, and those have had that good value point. Same with the body feint. So I'm hoping for one big skill move announcement in FIFA 17.
The one that you've seen probably is the fake pass exit, but basically you do a fake pass, then you pull the ball back, and then you exit in a different direction. And if you've seen the video, the video we have in the presentation is awesome. And we will have more.
The tackling problems! I'm very curious to see how the defense plays out, because right now, in my opinion, the defense, it's too easy. I need you to understand the mechanics behind defending, how to trap somebody, how to get those triangles and shut them down, and less slide tackles. They did mention one thing that caught my ear. My ear was like, whoa, hold on. It sounds like the bounce back might be taking a step down, might be coming down a notch, which is great because bounce back is the reason that people rage quit and they get angry and they break controllers. I don't want to see that happen to anybody. We're already spending enough money on FIFA. FIFA gods know this as well. I don't even want to talk about how much money I spend on FIFA year in and year out. And I'm sitting in a chair that I already busted. I've thrown the green screen this year. I threw a pair of shoes out of the window. We're having problems. We're having problems, okay? I'm just saying. I need the bounce back to go away. And that's when you make a tackle and it goes right back to your opponent. You make another tackle, goes right back to your opponent, and so forth and so on. It's an ugly cycle.
more better tackles, and also you don't get those very annoying tackles from FIFA 16 where somebody's dribbling and then you tackle right in his path and then he just gets the ball again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
trust me, in Ultimate Team we know about that.
It's fixed. No, you will not have that frustration anymore. Zigzag dribble, those guys is doing with one guy, changing direction and holding sprint the whole time. The way your teammates are gonna support you when defending is much better, and zigzag dribble is you will be able to defend in a more realistic way. In real life, if somebody's sprinting and doing that, it's kind of hard to stay, but somebody else will help you. In FIFA 17, somebody else will help you, and that should not be as effective as it was in FIFA 16.
That is the sound of a million FUT players thanking you.
If you spend a lot of coins or something in a very fast player, you still cannot get away from slow defenders.
Exactly.
We have plans to tune that so it makes more sense to you, to as a user. Okay, I have a fast player. I need to be able to get away from Pepe or from
Mertesacker.
Yeah, to be a better example.
Last thing I want to discuss is FIFA 17 celebrations. EA says there's going to be new celebrations. That's not a surprise.
Can we expect any new celebrations later on this summer to be talked about?
Yes, for sure. There's a lot of new celebrations.
But more importantly, I want to make a video with some FIFA 17 celebrations. If you could put anything in the comments that you think could be implemented into FIFA 17. And also, if you live in Houston and you're interested in doing a video with yours truly, I would be down to film a FIFA 17 celebration suggestion video with subscribers. I know quite a few guys live out here, and I think it could be a lot of fun. And if you live in Houston, what is the closest park that we could use in the downtown, the midtown, that area? Basically in the loop. I need to go somewhere in the loop. I don't want to be in the suburbs. Thanks again for watching, fellas. I'd love for you guys to get involved with the FIFA 17 celebration video if that interests you, but I have a lot more coming your way ASAP.